everybody, how are you doing today? This is going to be a diamond paint with me. Please bear with me as I get the words correct because this is still new with me, new for me. But first I wanted to check in with you to chat with you a little bit before I rearrange the camera a bit so we can get comfortable here and paint. So first impressions of diamond painting. I like it. Is it going to be something I want to do all the time, like as my primary craft? Probably not. I do like diamond painting. I think it's fun and enjoyable. I have been devoting more time to it lately just because it's new and I want to get the feel for it. But I don't think this is going to be something I want to do all the time as my primary craft. I still do like cross-stitching, but to bounce back off of that, I think this is going to be fun to do when I'm not feeling like cross-stitching and I want something else to do, and I still kind of get that crafty motivation with the fine detail, because I can get nice fine detail so far by what I can tell with diamond painting. So some updates since last Wednesday's unboxing. Now I just wanted to clarify, I did unbox that painting last Wednesday. I just didn't post it until Thursday because I had my regular stitching update on Wednesday. So originally I had placed all of my diamonds in these small bags that I had in my cross-stitch supply stash. Since then, I kind of felt like while I liked the bags, they were kind of cluttering up my space. As you can see here, I'm going to carefully move the camera so you can see I have a table there, and that table is where I have all of my stuff, and you can see it kind of gets cluttered and just not organized enough for me, and I am an organization freak. So instead of having everything in bags, and as you can see, this is my leftover diamonds that I don't have enough room in my containers for, I went ahead and went on to Amazon and I ordered the small round screw-off lid containers similar to what Ginger.Gerald.Stitcher has. Actually, it's the same thing because I got it off of her influencer page. So it's the nice small containers. These are actually smaller than I thought they were, Danielle. But I really like them. I even got the same numbers that she has, and I really like that. So, and I got enough to have, because this design has 40 DMC colors, I went ahead and got 2 containers so that I can have 40, and I have enough for a larger design if I ever have a pattern that has more than 40 colors. Now I am considering also going ahead and putting some of my blue tack in one of these just to help keep it a little, to not dry out so much, because I'm not sure does this dry out? Do I need to be concerned about this drying out? Because I kind of feel like at times, or maybe it's just certain diamonds, it seems like it gets dried out a good bit more quicker than if excuse me as I scratch my nose, than when I initially started. Or I might just be dreaming and it's all up in my head and I'm just crazy. So I don't know. Also, initially, I've noticed that I know I have a tight grip on pens and pencils and even my cross-stitch needles, because I often will bend my needles from my grip. And I've noticed that I'm already starting to bend my applicator pen. But c'est la vie. It is what it is. So I also have a small container for the diamonds and gunk and stuff that is trash, like the ones that are not that great, or the ones that I can't get unstuck and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pause the video, get resituated. Well, let me go ahead and show you what I have done, my progress so far, which means I'm going to have to move the camera a little bit again. And then I'm going to pause the camera, move it around, get situated, and we'll start diamond painting together. So you're going to see all my lovely mess there. So there is my progress to date. So since I started diamond painting on Thursday, I did not get much done on Thursday, but I started with one block, and then I'm doing small sections, and now this is my third section that I've been working on here. So, and I am very pleased. Like, you can really see the detail of the moon, and this is going to be a cloud here, and you can see here's a cloud. So, very pleased. So, let me go ahead and switch you around, and I will be back in a second. Okay, I think I have it to where it is zoomed in well enough that it's not going to cause an issue. But most of you are probably diamond painting or stitching yourself, so it's not that big of a deal. But I hope you can see well, and I hope the view is good enough. I'm going to start up in this area and down in this area with this symbol, and then I'm going to work in on the cloud. So I first off want to thank all of you for the outpouring of comments and excitement over my initial diamond painting video. I was so surprised, excuse me, by the amount of views and comments I received on that video, and am excited to continue providing videos for you in the future because of the overwhelming positivity that you guys have and gals have all provided in your comments. I am definitely looking forward to continuing to paint, even though this is not going to be my primary craft. That doesn't mean I'm going to not do it after this one. I actually have, prior to even receiving this one in the mail, I did order another one that I really, really liked, that hopefully will be coming in the next week or so, and when that comes, I will do an unboxing and get that up on the channel for you. Of course, if you follow me on my cross-stitch videos, I have a very unique, I don't want to say unique, but I have a very particular taste when it comes to my cross-stitch designs that I like to stitch. And it's definitely going to carry over into my diamond painting style. And so, because this is going to be something that I don't particularly see myself doing a lot of, I'm going to be very picky as to the patterns, the canvases that I do buy. And most of them that I see, 99% of the patterns I see do not resonate with me. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just have a very particular taste and style that I like. But I do like watching all of the other videos and the unboxings and learning about the different companies to know who to order from, and hopefully who to avoid. The one that I have coming in the mail is one that seems to be from a store that seems to be very popular, so I'm hoping not to have any issues, and I'm actually looking forward to that because I'm going to hopefully have better tweezers than these, if that gives you any hint as to where I ordered it from. But I will save that for another day. As far as this canvas, I want to thank all of you for the tips and tricks as far as the big creases from the fold that I received because it came folded in the box. I know many of you were aghast at the fact that it was folded in the box, and in all actuality, that fold has not been a problem at all. And if you can see, I'm going to move the camera ever so slightly, and it's probably going to mess up my focus, but actually I don't even really have to move it. Right here is that fold, and you can barely tell that there's a fold there. I mean, you can tell, but compared to what it was whenever I first started, it's a world of difference. And all I had to do was put some pressure on it while I was smoothing out the top layer, this top paper, and then I placed some heavy books on it for a couple hours while I was cross-stitching on Saturday, and it smoothed everything out to the point where I was good to go. So I am very pleased with that, and the fact that actually overall this canvas came without any problems other than those creases in the because of the folds. So I know many of you said that, that should have never been the case, but in all actuality, compared to some of the videos that I've seen with unboxings, I think my canvas came with a lot less issues than some of those other canvases that I've seen on YouTube. So I'm not going to complain. And that might bother some of you, and so be it, but I was able to work out the issue, and once I get over to that area and start placing diamonds, I don't think there's going to be a problem at all, because the diamonds are going to help smooth out that whole section of canvas. There were not any air bubbles in the canvas at all. There were no folds or creases other than where they intentionally folded the canvas to place it in the box. So overall, I'm very impressed with this canvas. Now, when I get my second canvas, I'll be able to compare a little bit more, just because it'll be from a different company, and I will be able to have a different outlook based on seeing a different company's style. But, you know, for this being my first one, I am not upset at all. There we go. Let me just make sure there's not any more. No. Okay. I'm just going to tap that into there. Oops. And of course, now that I have an audience, I spilled some. I never usually do that. Okay. And we're moving on to, we're going to do the radiation symbol. 21. Now, of course, this pattern came with just the DMC numbers, and I went ahead and numbered them myself with my own number system, just to help me with make it easier on me. Let me go ahead and get rid of that one. You don't belong. So I have, whenever I watch, or whenever I've been diamond painting, I have been watching simple, I don't want to say simple, but TV shows on Netflix and Hulu and things like that, where I can easily not watch that closely. Either shows that I've seen before, or shows that I don't really have to look up much, because I have to have my eyes on this craft at all times, which is very different from cross stitch for me, because cross stitch I'm able to have, I don't know, for some reason for me, for cross stitch, I'm able to watch more in-depth videos and TV shows and be able to pay attention more and still be able to do my stitching without interruption. So I think that's something different. Like I have to reserve my heavy duty TV and programming for whenever I stitch versus when I diamond paint. So I'm curious what all of you do when you diamond paint. Do you watch TV? Do you listen to podcasts? Do you listen to music? Do you listen to audiobooks? I'd love for you to provide in the comments what you do. And if you do listen to something other than TV, provide some details. Like if you have a favorite podcast you listen to, I would love for you to list your favorite podcasts in the comments, because I'm always looking for new podcasts. I'm getting very low on I also listen to podcasts every day on my way to work, and my podcasts are starting to get pretty low, and it's getting kind of depressing because I'm running out of things to listen to on the way to work. So, would love to know what you guys listen to, and gals. For the most part, I have been trying to do because most of these areas are large sections of similar color, I try to stick to the checkerboarding style just to help with my rows. I am, again, very very much an organizational, a little obsessive when it comes to neatness. And so I was very concerned when I first started this craft that am I going to be able to make sure the rows are perfectly straight and lined up and all the diamonds are in just perfect. And I have noticed that as I've been going on, I haven't been quite so meticulous. And I don't want to say that because I don't want to say that like I'm getting lazy, but I've noticed that like once the light is off, you can't really tell. It's only as the light is on, which I didn't have on, but here, like, let me see if I can turn the light. Oh, I did have the light on. I just didn't have it on all the way. Well, let me, come on. Where's it at? There we go. You can see, I notice the gaps with the light on, but once the light is off, you can't notice the gaps between. And I mean, when I say gaps, they're obviously very small gaps, cracks between the diamonds. So just a little bit about me for all of you who are new to my channel because of diamond painting. I live in South Jersey, just outside of Philadelphia. So that would be New Jersey. So southern New Jersey, just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I just recently got a new position in my school. I was a special education teacher at a school that primarily focused at a private special education school that primarily works with students with autism, and I am now the vocational coordinator. So I work with the vocational department. Actually, I'm in charge of the vocational department to ensure that the students are maximizing their vocational skills to prepare them for post-graduation vocational success. Of course, like I've already said in my videos, or in my video earlier, I am an avid cross-stitcher, and I am a designer of cross-stitch. You can check out my if you are a cross stitcher and haven't checked out my cross stitch Etsy store, I would love for you to go check that out. I only have a few designs because I'm fairly new to the business, but I am focusing primarily on, go figure, because this is architectural elements and things that really pique my interest, that I notice there's not a whole lot in the cross stitch world that I've been trying to find. So I'm focusing on architectural elements and city type elements and those things that really pique my design style, my interests. I really am drawn to the high detail, realistic looking designs, and I think that's partially what I like about diamond painting, is the fact that you can get high detail effect from this, because it's just like cross stitch, but you have to go big in order to do so, which is fine with me, because in my cross stitch I am a go big or go home kind of guy. I like the big designs. I primarily stitch very large projects that take a very long time to do. And so the fact that I can do something like this in a much shorter time period than it would ever take me to stitch it, just like the amount of work that I've done already on this diamond painting compared to how long it would have taken me to stitch, is amazing, because it would have probably taken me 2 or 3 months to stitch what I've already diamond painted on this canvas alone. And I'm known for being a fairly fast stitcher. So but I think what drew me to this particular, well, it's not what I think, I know what drew me to this was the fact that it's the largest, it's currently, as far as I'm aware, it's currently the largest skyscraper, the tallest buildings in the world. And again, it's architecture, and who doesn't love, well, who doesn't know me that knows that I don't love architecture, and especially skyscrapers. One of the top place, the #1 place in the world that I had wanted to go to was Hong Kong, because of the skyscrapers. And when I was living in South Korea a number of years ago, I had the opportunity to travel to Hong Kong for a whirlwind weekend, and I was so impressed by the immense number of skyscrapers and just the design style of those skyscrapers. The Bank of China building, the International Commerce Center, or I think that's what they call it, or Trade Center, International Trade Center that they have there. Just amazing, amazing architecture. But what I love about this design is that they have so many different skyscrapers from all over the world and from so many different time periods, because you have the dawn of skyscrapers on here with the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building, which Chrysler Building is by far my favorite compared to, I much prefer the Chrysler Building over the Empire State Building. And but then you also have postmodern skyscrapers on here as well. So now I am curious, when you have, like, a lot of my diamonds in this with this kit have small little dots on them, and I think it's just flaws from the design, from the molding process. What do you all do with those? Do you use them, or do you get rid of them? What do you do? Because of course this is my first design, and I don't know how many extra diamonds I have, but some of them have just a really small, almost like hole or indentation on them, and I'm probably not going to be able to get it so you can see because these diamonds are so small. Yeah, it's not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it. But really would be interested into knowing what the majority of you do as far as what is the consensus on those diamonds. Do you keep them? Do you get rid of them? What's best practice? Okay, well, I think I'm going to end here today. This is about a half-hour video. I hope this is an adequate length for you. This is typically what I like to do for my Stitch With Me videos, is about a half-hour long. And I will hopefully maybe make this a weekly event, and then we will get to chat and hang out. And if you have any topics of interest you would like me to talk about during these videos, please let me know in the comments. I know I'm asking for a lot of information in the comments, so I'm looking forward to having some in-depth reading material when I wake up in the morning as far as comments are concerned. So hook a guy up here, and I would love to know what if you have any questions for me about anything, any topics of interest you would like me to talk about, because this is going to be one of 2 videos that I do every week that is this kind of format, and so I run out of material real fast to talk about. So feel free to let me know what you would like to have me talk about. And I will see you on my next diamond painting video. And I hope you go check out my store and my other videos. And don't forget to always be creative. See you next time. Yeah.